business has to have a customer. And one of the big rages going on, you'll hear this all the time, is, you know, we're in a business and we need to focus more on relationship marketing because we've got to build tight relationships with our customers and so that they'll be repeat customers. Because study after study shows that it's much harder and it costs a lot more money to go get a new customer than it does to retain a current customer. And that is a true statement. But I want to take you beyond relationship marketing. I want to take you, the cutting edge of business is friendship branding. Not relationship marketing, friendship branding. In other words, your customers aren't just a relationship, they're your friends. In fact, if we could change the mindset of business and quit having people think, oh, that's my customer and I'm trying to get money from them, I'm not trying to do this. No. You know what you're trying to do with your customer? What you're going to do with your customer is serve them. Yeah. Now, guess what? What do you do with your friends? Serve them. So your customers, if we can change that mindset across the business world, can you imagine how much better all of our interactions would be with the various businesses and everything in our employees, in our jobs, and all of these things if we started focusing on friendship branding? Let me give you a definition. It means treating your customers as friends. Not as if they are friends, but as friends. In other words, change the mindset. Your brand, when we talk about friendship branding, your brand is a living experience between the company and the customer. How many people here have their own business? Every hand should go up. Just in case. I don't know. Do we? You do. Okay, I'm going to have to work on this class here. There will be a pop quiz afterward. No. All of you own a business, and as business owners, you have customers. And your customers, when we can change the gap between seeing our customers as, and treating them different than you would a friend, and move that. I always look and say, people say, oh, wow, you've been a successful business, and you've built, you know, tens of millions and closing in on hundreds of millions of dollar businesses. And I'm like, really? I've never really thought of myself in the business sense. I just look at focusing on everybody I work with, saying if I were them, how would I want to be treated in that situation? That's right. In other words, all I've ever tried to do is focus on what are the needs that they have and how can I serve? How can I help get the right information to them, teach them the right information, teach them to apply the proper principle if they're hungry, that we can help them win at whatever that situation is. And in any business, that same thing applies because all of your friends that you have right now have challenges. And some of you, what you do for your friends is you just listen to them. Sometimes you don't have an answer for the problem, but you just show that you care. There's an old statement that says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, I added one little addition to that. My statement is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. But after they figure out that you care, you better doggone know something. Because once they figure out you care, they're going to listen. So if you actually had some wisdom at that point, you could make a difference in their life. Right? All right. So friendship branding isn't some technique. I'm not up here telling you to teach some technique because I wouldn't even know where to begin with the technique. I would tell you this. Just begin with your heart. Do you truly care? Because if you don't truly care, anything I would teach you next is going to come off as just a technique. And it's going to come across hypocritical. Because you're not really caring. You're just saying that. Have you ever had that where someone said, oh, it's my pleasure, or they would tell you something that acting like they cared, but you kind of knew they didn't? Or they said, hey, have you ever had someone, hey, how are you doing? And you go to try to explain it, and they walk on by? Like, I guess they didn't really want to know, huh? I'm guilty of all these. I want to start right now. I'm guilty on everything I'm going to say here. I'm guilty of. And that's when I'm guilty of it, I try to think it through and say, oh, you know what, I got to get better at that. So anytime I ever give a talk, I don't come up here acting like I've figured all this out. I come up here as somebody who is on this journey just like you. And all right? So friendship branding creates a warm emotional bond between the customers and the business. And when that emotional bond is set, when that is beginning to be formed, that bond creates stronger loyalty for the customer and will create a stronger repeat business than low prices. It creates a stronger repeat business than increased quality, stronger repeat business than a broad selection of products, easy availability, or even high marks on the Consumer Report or whatever other survey that you could do. If you want to create loyal customers, create that emotional bond that only can be formed through true friendship.